Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we have a really interesting mission for you. We're looking at rapid personal transformation, but through a very specific lens. The case study of Rekha, often called the ultimate diva.
Mhm.
And we're exploring her, well, pretty radical rule for success. Basically, ditching almost all advice and learning just by watching and imitating. Intelligent imitation.
Yeah, it's fascinating. The ultimate anti-advice strategy, really. And you got to look back at her early career, like in 1969 to maybe 78. She was thrown into films super young, 15, and bam, just overwhelming scrutiny.
Right. And the sources, they really detail that intense criticism. It wasn't just, you need to improve. It was quite pointed.
Oh, absolutely.
Things like her accent being too South Indian, complexion too dark, mannerisms too raw, just bombarded with stuff.
And often contradictory stuff, too. Everyone had an opinion.
Exactly. And these weren't just opinions. They were hitting at sort of systemic issues in the industry standards back then.
Yeah.
Beauty, performance, all of it.
Right. And this is where she makes this critical pivot. She has this realization the people giving all this advice, shouting the loudest maybe, they hadn't actually achieved the specific kind of excellence she was aiming for.
Ah, that's key. The difference between just talking about success and actually embodying it.
Precisely. Advice can be aspirational, but watching someone, observing, that captures something real, documented, repeatable.
So she tunes out the noise.
Completely. Discards it. And decides to find one single exceptional model to, well, study.
Okay, so she rejects the general advice chaos. Now she needs that blueprint. And she didn't look for a mentor in the traditional sense, like someone to ask questions. She wanted a template for behavior.
Yeah. And then mid-70s, Amitabh Bachchan enters her orbit, professionally speaking.
The benchmark, right, for discipline, focus, that kind of professional control.
He really was, at that time, the perfect model for what she wanted. But again, it's how she learned from him.
Right, the method.
No asking, what should I do? None of that. Just pure observation. Mirroring his professional blueprint.
Okay, but wait. Isn't there a risk there? Like, if you just copy someone, you lose your own unique thing. Or was she smarter than that? Was she observing the process?
Absolutely the process. That's the intelligent part of the imitation. She understood that excellence isn't magic. It's codified in habits.
Okay.
The sources really highlight this. She studied how he did things,
Right.
how he showed up prepared every time, his specific way of approaching scripts, how he handled himself in public that measured self-command. She wasn't copying his acting style. She was learning his precision, his method.
And the results? Because that's the proof.
Oh, they were clear and quite fast, actually. Her diction, which was criticized early on, it improved dramatically.
Noticeably.
Yeah, her whole public presentation changed. Wardrobe became more, deliberate, sophisticated.
Her interviews, too. I remember reading about it.
Totally transformed. Went from that sort of impulsive, raw style to these really measured, articulate exchanges. She was fundamentally rebuilding her professional persona.
Moving with confidence. Calculated confidence, as critics later said.
Exactly. And that critical validation, it came pretty quick. By 78, 79, films like Muqaddar Ka Sikandar, the shift was undeniable.
Right.
Critics weren't calling her the bubbly starlet anymore. The language changed. Now it was methodical, composed, exacting about her craft.
From too raw to exacting. Wow.
And driven purely by intelligently imitating that one single exemplary source.
So bringing this back to you, listening.
Yeah.
What's the core takeaway here? It feels incredibly clear from this deep dive.
Yeah.
Maybe stop asking for directions from, everyone shouting advice, especially if it's contradictory.
Find that one person whose excellence, whose process speaks for itself. Someone with documented, repeatable habits.
And then dedicate yourself. Learn by watching, absorbing, mirroring those habits, not just asking what they think you should do.
Yeah. And that leaves us with a question for you based on all this. If real transformation comes from mirroring specific proven excellence, not just general guidance, who is that single person you should perhaps stop asking for advice and start truly observing today?